You want?
Hey, yeah, how's it going?
Just bloody lovely. Thanks for asking.
Enjoying your ride so far?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is a good guy. This is my Friday, so as soon as I get home, I'm done.
Yeah, same with me. This is my Friday. Good morning. This video is brought to you by Sutco Transportation. Sutco is hiring Class 1 flatbed drivers in BC and Alberta. Go to sutco.ca to apply. Use promo code QUANFAN to receive an extra $100 on your first paycheck. I guess it's not morning, it's 4 p.m. And I promised Jess's live stream yesterday that I was going to join that game today, which starts right about now. Maybe half an hour. I think maybe she was 4:30, but there's no way I'll be on that live stream. I'm running late. It's been a chaotic day, which means no, I have not recorded 2 videos today, so tomorrow has no video. Don't worry, you guys will get an extra video that I've shot a couple of months ago, or I don't know when. You guys will get an extra video, I promise. And I was like, we're going to drive some beautiful roads on Sunday. No, we're not. It's a wide load. I'm 10 feet wide and 78 feet long overall from the front bumper to the rear of the load. So I've got to stick to permitted routes and not the scenic shortcuts. So yesterday, after I unloaded in Hauser, Idaho, I ran back to Canada empty, and the plan was to grab another load to head down to Hauser, Idaho, which seemed promising. As I was getting close to the loading spot, I'm like, hey, call dispatch. I'm like, if I grab this load, I'm going to load at 3:30, probably won't be done loading until about 4, maybe 4:30. The border closes at 4. And I absolutely have to cross the border and deliver today, Thursday morning, to make the load I have on me now to work, make this load work. Because if I cannot cross the border, I'll not have enough time to load this load until Friday morning, and then I'm taking Saturday, Sunday off. If you want this thing to delivered on Monday, I must cross that border last night. So they're like, okay, no problem. We will detour you through Eastport. That's a 24-hour order. And I'm like, you guys sure about that? That adds hours to a short run. It's like it makes the trip 50% longer. I'm like, you guys making money off it? I'm like, I'll do it. I don't have a problem making that money. If you want me to do that, I've got the time and we can make that work. Everything works if we do Eastport. But me as a driver, I want Sutco to make money as well, so I have good job security. They're like, we'll get back to you. little bit later. Yeah, we'll go with your original plan. Just head to Summit, fix your trailer. I had that light that was out. I guess I fixed the light before I headed down. But all those bolts were missing. The rub rail has a couple of bolts missing. The heads were popping off. And they're really pain to reinstall. And they're a special bolt. The way it has to be an Allen wrench, heavy duty big bolt. But they finally came in, and I have those bolts sitting at the shop over there. It might take an hour or two to get in there because it's a really awkward place to put the bolts in. It took me just over an hour. So did that, fixed all those bolts, and I asked for a couple extra, so I have a couple extra here in the truck. If more of those pop off, I have more extra. It's only my trailer that's doing it. Sutco bought 5 of exactly the same trailer, and none of those are having the same issue this trailer is. So maybe it was a bad batch of bolts, because it doesn't seem to be any kind of shearing or rubbing or anything like that going on. All the holes are perfectly round and lined up with I-beams to the rub rail. There seems to be no shearing there. And they're not popping off at the shear point either. They're popping off at the head above the washer. So maybe they're not the properly hardened bolts that the load needed. Maybe there are some defective bolts. So we're hoping once they're all replaced that the problem goes away. We'll see. But yeah, did that yesterday, and then it started hailing. I only had one bolt left. I was working on the last bolt, and it just started hailing, like 5mm big hail. So not super big hail, but enough for me not to want to go stand outside in it while I'm fixing the trailer. So I stood inside for a little bit, waited for the hail to stop, and then went back outside and finished the job. Now, having said that, I did the work myself. I could have asked the shop to do it, but the shop has been really busy, so they don't have a lot of spare time. They would have gone out of their way and made sure they fixed my trailer. But I've got the time. Hey, Sutco, are you paying me to fix my own trailer? Just an hour of work? Yeah? Okay, I'll do that myself. I would have done it for free, don't tell my boss. There's a beautiful viewpoint of Los Soyuz. We head down Anarchist. I guess this is just a small 2-axle cargo truck in front of us. Probably doesn't have good engine brakes because he's coming down awfully slow for being empty. Because I've got about 55,000 pounds on the back of the trailer, and I'm coming down as fast as he's coming down empty. So Sutco tells me that one of you guys used the promo code QuadFan already. Thank you. That's cool. I did not expect that within the first week. actually get a little bit of sunshine in there. You see a couple of blue spots in the sky, but just said that their forecast is just for more and more rain. So it's that time of year. Expect a lot of rain this time of year. It's still beautiful coming into the Okanagan Valley. I know I've shot this video a lot in the past. Usually it's a Friday video that will get coming down into a Soyuz video. It's exactly the same road, but usually the last day of the week headed home becomes a repetitive video because it's much closer to home and I'm running the same highways I do to get home. Just such beautiful scenery. I love coming home. So with this wide load, we're going to have to deal with curfews in Seattle, Vancouver, Washington, and Portland, Oregon. The customer wants this load delivered at 9 a.m. on Monday. That is impossible. Either I'm going to be there at 7 a.m., beat the curfew, or I can't start driving until 9 a.m. and get there around 9:45, 10-ish. So let my dispatch know that. That way they can contact the customer. They do such a good job. Man, my dispatch does such a good job of contacting the customer. I rarely call the customer anymore, because they're always on top of it. So thank you. Thank you to Good Dispatch. I know I've seen the memes of dispatch. Good Dispatch is hard to come by, but thank you to Good Dispatch. I love my dispatch. Ooh, did they both make it across? Didn't see any feathers. Quail make it really tight. Only 10 feet wide, but this does get narrow. Very narrow. Gotta remember I'm wide, especially if there's pedestrians or bicyclists. Give them a little bit extra room. Yeah, you guys asked about Bison. Yeah, Bison run all of Canada. It's one of the biggest trucking companies in Canada, based out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. They run all over Canada and quite a bit of US too. For a long time, Bison did all the contracting delivery to all the Walmarts in Canada. So that helped them make a huge network in Canada. I'm honestly not sure who does that anymore. Bison might still have that contract, I don't know. In Canada, Walmart doesn't have their own trucks. You'll see a Walmart trailer every now and then, but it's pulled by a different company. I get people commenting about Walmart's awesome wage in the US for truck drivers, and it's like, yep, that's the US Canada does not have. Walmart Canada is a separate company and is run completely independently from a US Walmart. Man, there's a lot of tourists out. See, all the parking spots are taken up. It's May long weekend this weekend in Canada, so Thursday I've seen a lot of out of province plates already. Oh, that's not fair. That is not fair. There's an Alberta driver there. That we need to know when there's an Alberta driver. There's two things that usually give away an out of province plate or car. No front plate. Oh, that one no front plate, so that was out of province. If there's no front plate, for sure out of province, because in British Columbia you have to have front and rear plates. See, no front plate on that pickup right there. Alberta, the plates are red letters in the back. So you see a lot of red letters. But why I said it wasn't fair, I just saw Alberta plate there with blue lettering on it. It was one of those custom specialized plates. It had blue lettering. It blended right in with all the British Columbia plates. We need to know. We need to be warned. You can't hide like that. I'm not saying Alberta drivers are worse drivers than British Columbia drivers. I am saying they are different. British Columbia and Alberta drivers are different. That's out of state.
You want?
Hey, yeah, how's it going?
Just bloody lovely. Thanks for asking.
Enjoying your ride so far?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a good time. This is my Friday, so as soon as I get home, I'm done.
Yeah, same with me. This is my Friday.
I only work 4 days a week here, so that's about right for an old man.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. As like Brian, he does the same thing now with the Plaid for Dad truck. He's doing 4 days a week.
It's your money. I had to retire a long time ago.
I'll never retire.
I can't work. The wife doesn't probably want you on full time anyway. You'd be a nuisance.
I do want to work less, as in take a couple of months off and see the world, see the country at least.
Yeah, they are. Can't say I blame you.
I'm gonna enjoy some RVing before I can no longer actually enjoy some RVing.
Well, we'll go for a ride at some point this weekend. I'm not sure what day. I'll drag the machine out tomorrow. Whenever the weather cooperates, I'll be going.
Yeah, it looks like more rain, but if it's going to be sunny and above 15, I'm out riding as well, so we'll see.
Yeah, have a good weekend. Safe drive.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy. Thanks. That's a former Sutco employee. He's found a new job that gets him home every night and apparently 4 days a week. And lighter duty for him. It's not as heavy duty for him, so awesome guy. And he lives like 2 blocks away from me. Also rides a motorcycle. I have no idea what we're talking about. Oh yeah, Alberta plates. Okay. So to make it clear, I'm not hating on Albertans. British Columbians, we hate on Albertans. But me personally, I'm not hating on Albertans. But flatland driving style does not work in mountain driving style. I know this because I grew up in Manitoba, and when I came here for vacations, I drove flatland style, and it does not work. It is dangerous. The way Albertans drive here in BC is extremely dangerous, but I just think it's just the education system. They just don't know better. And it's just, it only takes a couple of dangerous Albertan drivers to make us all hate the red plates. And why red plates? It's because it's the neighboring province and we see the most of them. There's also green plates from Saskatchewan, and there's Manitoba plates and Ontario plates and Quebec plates. But the red is, the majority of it is red. Today, coming down the Pulson, I had 3 red plates pass me on a double solid on a blind corner. 3 of them. I'm like, 1, that's bad, but 3? Come on, you can't do that. You have to be a lot more patient driving in British Columbia Wait for the passing zones. That's all I ask, is just wait for the passing zones. Don't do it on the double solid. Yes, it sucks being stuck behind an RV or a big rig, but wait for the... Even here where you can legally pass, often don't. Just wait for a two-lane passing zone. They're all over the place. You'll have the opportunity to pass. Wait till you are safe to pass. I mean, if the big rig's doing 40 kilometers an hour and there's a double solid and you can see quite far ahead, I'm not going to say anything about doing a double solid pass, but I was coming down the hill at 80 kilometers per hour and I was getting past double solid line corner. I'm like, death. All I could think of was death. We've seen so many of those. And it's that time of year when we have all the tourists coming in. So, yeah, if you're a driver from out of British Columbia, plan for your trip to take longer than you think it should. I'm speeding. It's passing zone here. Let's slow down and not speed. Usually I go below the speed limit here to let people by. So yeah, that's my request to Albertans. Not just Albertans, anyone not from British Columbia. Plan extra time for your drive time. If you're going to meet the time your GPS says, you're going to have to drive very aggressive and dangerously. You're going to have to give yourself more time than your GPS says you have. If it's a long distance, throw in an extra hour. And if you do that, then as soon as you have that little extra time, you calm down a bit and you're willing to follow someone a little bit longer. Also, if you are one of the slow RVs, that's a problem too, use pullouts. Please use pullouts. British Columbia, if we have a long tail behind us, there's a pullout, you pull over, let everybody by, and you pull back on the road. Yes, you'll have a line behind you within a minute. You'll have a line up behind you again. But at least it's a new lineup. If you got a lineup behind you and it's been there for more than 10 minutes, it's time to use a pullout. Makes people do aggressive things if they've been stuck behind a slow vehicle for a while. So I think they should pass a law here in British Columbia like they have in the state of Washington. If you have 5 or more vehicles behind you, you'll legally have to use the pullouts or else you get a ticket. I think we should pass that law over here. I've pretty much just implemented that law for myself here in BC. I'm like, oh, got 5 people behind us and they've been there for a little bit. I know there's a pull-up coming up ahead over there. Let's just pull in there, let them by, and then back onto the road we go. If you're doing the speed limit, yeah, fine, you don't need to use pullouts. But if you're going below the speed limit, even 5-10 kilometers below the speed limit, just use the pullout, get rid of the people behind you, have new people behind you. They're going to be less aggressive because they haven't been stuck behind you for 10 minutes. Life is good. That turned into a preachy education stream today, didn't it? Got here. Can't see around the corner. Are we safe? Yes, we are. Looks like it's a planter of some type. Coming up on the town of Osoyoos. No. I do that every now and then. Osoyoos was the first town we went through. We're coming up to the town of Oliver. Also has a nice little lake, but it's not as touristy as Osoyoos. Lots of wine tasting all the way from Osoyoos to Vernon. Okay. I think I should just top off on fuel. Thinking the route we're taking. Through the US. Top off on fuel when I get home here. Should be able to make this delivery, and depending what our return trip is, probably Malarkey Chingles or something like that, or one of the other company Chingles. I'll probably come up on Highway 14. There's fuel stations there, so yeah, either way, if I come up on I-5 or 14, fuel up on the way back up, yeah, that's a good idea. See all the vineyards, everything is getting lots of leaves on it. Definitely springtime. Oh, this fruit stand's put up a greenhouse over here of some type. Got lighting in it. Tables. Oh, it's got to be a wedding. That's got to be a wedding party. Had beautiful tables, a lot of yellow, and that's got to be somebody in that family is getting married. Probably this weekend. probably supposed to be an outdoor wedding, but they see the forecast and they've rented themselves a tent, big circus tent. That's pretty cool. Well, there's another one over here. Is that one all decorated? Yeah, it is too. Different colors. So there's a second wedding going on here. People are renting their tents. They know the weather. At least the smart people have a sort of outdoor wedding. Okay, remember I'm wide, don't run on the white line. Big scratches on the side of the minivan. Definitely, so if you guys are looking in the mirror shots, my shoulder cam, it doesn't look all that wide. I'm overhanging the passenger side a lot more. I like it better that way. Extra foot on the passenger side, more than the driver's side. And that's because driving on freeways through the US, I like to see who's on my left-hand side. When a lane ends and I need to merge in, I like to see if there's lots of traffic flying down the interstate. As far as people merging onto the highway, they're going slower and they're going to have to figure it out because I can't see them. Town like this, my eyes are just darting everywhere, just looking for all the cars, all the pedestrians. And I really want to see what movie this theater is playing. Massive Talent. Didn't look all that great in the trailers. One of these days that place will be playing a cool movie. It's a small little theater, I love it. It's a very special little theater. I think because it's so small, the sound is so good. And the concessions are cheap. Theater where concessions are still cheap. say that's a British Columbia plate doing bad driving, but let's ignore that one and only complain about the red ones, okay? We must unite and hate on one group. I think that hits a little too close to home. I think that's where the world is at right now. I wish we weren't there. We used to compromise with each other. Now we just hate each other. We're still driving beside Oliver. It's quite a large town. Right. That's right. I was talking to the other driver. Jim had the volume up. Same driver we talked to on Monday. When we drove through or past Jamie Davis's burnt down tow truck. That tow truck was only 3 years old. Almost a brand new Mack. 2019 custom built tow truck for Jamie Davis. Funny. My body must know I'm close to home because I'm starting to feel tired, and I'm like, it's 4:43. I shouldn't be feeling tired yet. I forgot to format the memory card. Well, shoot. I'm doing that too often. Well, shoulder cam it is. What do we got? Another 15 minutes? So 15 minutes of worse audio and shoulder cam. At least Jess isn't with, so You guys will still be able to clearly hear me. Maybe I am tired. Well, at least we've gotten the shoulder cam a lot better than it used to be. I've got it far enough out so we can actually see the road. And you guys could see my mirror. So for those of you that love the shoulder cam, it's a bonus for you guys. Coming up to Vasu Lake. Pronounced Vasu, spelled, well, V-A-S-E-U-X. V-A-S-E-U-X. Vasu. I guess if you just make the X silent, get rid of it, you get it pretty close. Vasu. Okay, enough static. Let's make that really quiet. I can barely hear it. Always got to carve some corners around the lake. Let's turn that camera off. Oh look, it's the Popo. No wonder there's such a long lineup. Everybody's doing exactly the speed limit, or a little bit below the speed limit. I don't worry, I just drive the same speed as if I didn't see a Popo. I guess I shouldn't say Popo, I should say police. Or RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, although they're not really mounted anymore on horses. We still do the ceremonies with mounted police. They still wear their traditional outfit and at ceremonies. And some cities use mounted police still for big events. It's easier to move around through crowds and stuff on horseback. Guess I got my AC blowing a little bit too much cold air. It's only 14 degrees. Let's turn the AC up. It is starting to get warmer when the sun was shining, but it seems like the closer I'm getting to home, the less sunshine I'm seeing. Some nice little boardwalks here too. The north end of Vassou Lake is quite swampy. A lot of bird nesting going on in that lake. No motorized boats allowed in that lake. So you gotta paddle. It's gotta be manpower. No horsepowers or no joules, only manpower. Coming up to OK Falls, and I think that's usually where I end the video when I do this part of the run. Maybe I'll end the video as we climb up Waterman's Hill after OK Falls, which is just short for Okanagan Falls. Even though on the signs, a lot of the signs say just OK Falls, officially and legally it's still, the town's called Okanagan Falls. But no one actually calls it that. And no, there are no waterfalls. When they built the dam over there, that fixed that problem. Got rid of the waterfalls. And they built the dam for flood in control. Okanagan Falls, heart of wine country. When you come into Oliver, it says capital of wine country. Excuse me. Penticton also says capital of wine country, so every town it wants to be the capital of wine. When realistically there's just wine everywhere. There is just wine everywhere. starting to drizzle a little bit. Alright, I guess we'll call it a day over here. So yeah, once again, you guys will get a video tomorrow, but it won't be part of this. It'll be out of place. So remember, tomorrow's video was shot a long time ago, and I don't know what it's going to be, but shot a long time ago. But sometimes those videos are really good, because I usually hit record on days that I'm finding something unique and different. I hit record and record an extra video for just such a time as this. So in fact, you guys have been getting a couple of those on weekends every now and then when I've recorded too many of those videos. I try to keep 10 videos, 10 extra videos back, just as a backup. But yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys, well, tomorrow's video, but I'll see you guys back on the road on Monday. And hopefully we are in Portland, Oregon. Or driving beautiful Highway 14 or something. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm out of here. Thank you guys. Enjoy your Friday tomorrow, and then enjoy your weekend. I am out of here. You guys rock.